Hi there, my name's James. Welcome back to the Anxiety Management channel, and in this session we are going to be looking at grounding using our senses. Now, it's really important in anxiety management, grounding. It takes us away from the scary thoughts that are going on for us and brings us back to what's actually going on here. Okay, so a good way of using this is to utilize senses. Okay, senses are something we all have and can be utilized. So the technique I'm going to show you is called the 5-4-3-2-1 technique, in which we utilize every sense. This is useful in panic, for example. I have recommended before that we use the breath to try and ground ourselves, and that is a really effective way of doing that. However, sometimes it will feel that the breath is the cause of the anxiety, or you just feel that you can't breathe. So this is really useful for anxiety management in useful, but it's also really useful for panic and when you feel you don't have that breath. Okay, so first off, we're going to look for 5 things that we can see. So for me, currently, I can see the computer, I can see the table, I can see a jug, I can see a blind, and I can see a window. Now that was really easy, wasn't it? Okay, but if you're feeling panicked, you're not going to probably find it that easy. Okay, but what you're doing is you are limiting your focus on to the 5 things that you can see. And also, because it's simple, it's a good wedge almost in between the thoughts that you're having and what's actually going on now. We don't want anything too complicated. 4 things we can touch. Okay, so my t-shirt, the computer, a table, a chair. Again, that's relatively easy. But if you're in panic, you're not going to probably find it that easy. But also what we're doing is we're validating what we're seeing with our eyes with actual physical touch. 3 things that we can hear. So currently, I can hear the air conditioning. I can hear the ticking of a clock. And I can hear the rain outside. Now, as you'll notice, for the first 2, I did them really quite easily. In this one, if you're in a quiet room, like I am at the moment, I really had to concentrate on that. If you're in a supermarket, if you're outside and it's noisy, again, just trying to define 3 things that you can hear, you might find quite difficult. When we start to use concentration, we start to block off the thinking brain, which is sending signals to the anxious brain, which is going to reduce the anxiety. We're now using distraction as well as grounding ourselves. 2 things that we can smell. Okay, so I can smell what this room was cleaned in, like a polish. And also the air conditioning has a certain smell to it. And again, as you'll notice, I had to concentrate on that, just trying to describe the things that I could smell. Again, cutting off that thinking brain to the anxious brain, and also using my sense to ground myself to where I am, reaffirming that I am here, not here. 1 thing I can taste. Now, I've got a really dry mouth at the moment, so for me to do this is really quite difficult, but what I can just make out is the fact that I cleaned my teeth earlier on and I can still taste some of that toothpaste. Again, we're using more concentration. If you've got something to drink or eat with you, fine, pop it in, eat it. Okay, it is still going to be making you affirm that this is what's really going on. So the senses are really key in utilising grounding techniques. Use the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. I can certainly verify it in the sense that it's the one technique I get a great deal of feedback from my anxiety group as being effective. And for me personally, I can also testify that I have brought someone out of a panic attack using this technique. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.